Hello, friends. Welcome into the Cowboys Report presented by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. I am your host, Tom Downey, and today we're talking playoffs. That's right, playoffs. Take a look at the NFC playoff picture, and of course, we'll focus all this on the Dallas Cowboys. So as of right now, the Cowboys are your 4 seed in the NFC behind the Rams, the Saints, and the Bears, with now a 2-game lead over the Eagles and the Redskins. Now, again, the Cowboys are in utterly fantastic shape in the NFC East. As of right now, if you look at the projections and the odds and all that and the percentages, the Cowboys have a 98 or 99% chance of winning the NFC East. They sit there at 8-5. The Eagles and Redskins 6-7. Now we'll break down how the Cowboys can win the NFC East and even get a #1 seed, a 2 seed, or a 3 seed. But first, do you think the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East? Let us know in the comment section. It's a simple why. The Cowboys are going to win. There is no doubt in my mind it would take an unparalleled collapse and unluckiness from the Eagles and the Redskins for the Cowboys to not make it. So here are your NFC East clinching scenarios for the Cowboys as relates to this coming week. The magic number is now 1. If the Cowboys win, they are your NFC East champion. If they tie against the Colts and the Eagles lose or tie, and the Redskins lose or tie, the Cowboys also win the NFC East. Or if the Eagles and the Redskins lose, the Cowboys are your NFC East champion. So the easiest route here, the Cowboys win 1 game. They're going to do that. Now, they're the underdogs on BetDSI against the Colts, which I'm not overly surprised by because it is a road game. But they play the Bucs and the Giants to end the season. If they can't win one of those couple of games, they don't deserve the playoffs, but they're going to. Now, if you look ahead to the loss side of things, the Eagles play the Rams, the Texans, and the Redskins. Well, they're going to lose one of those games probably this week or next week. So we can cross out the Eagles and the Redskins. They're so decimated by injuries, I will be surprised if they lose out. So in reality, folks, the Cowboys are going to be your NFC East champions. In fact, you can't even bet on them right now on BetDSI. Even though they haven't clinched yet, it's off the books because it just doesn't make sense because they're not going to win. That's a great holiday gift for you guys, right? The Cowboys winning the NFC East. Here's another great holiday gift. I'm Santa Tom this week. I got the best deal out there for you guys. Who wants a free Cowboys jersey? You guys do, right? We got Dak Prescott jerseys. We got Zeke and a couple Jalen Smith ones as well. Here's how you can get it. It's the best deal out there. Go sign up with our partner, BetDSI. Chatsports.com/bet is the URL. Promo code Cowboys120 gets you an extra 120% deposit bonus. What that means is you put down $50, they will give you $60 for free. So you're already rolling it in the black there with extra money to bet with on BetDSI. And we're going to get you guys some Cowboys jerseys or a Cowboys shoes, which we'll show you later on in the show. So again, sign up deposit with BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Cowboys120 is that extra bonus money. Then DM us on Twitter @ChatSports. We'll get you guys hooked up now. We got a lot of inventory here for you guys that just arrived. But these are going to go fast. So if you want to make sure you get the jersey you want in the color you want, better go quickly here. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Cowboys120 is the promo code that gets you that extra bonus money. We'll go back now to the playoff picture, and the Cowboys, at worst case, are going to get the #4 seed. But they can also get the #3 seed. As of right now, that is a battle between the Bears and the Cowboys, of course. Now, there are multiple scenarios in which the Cowboys can get that #1 seed, but there are a couple here that we're going to take a look at. First off, you need the Bears to lose at least 1 game. That is a prerequisite for every scenario. If the Bears win out, they are your #3 seed, if not higher. Now, there are tiebreakers that will break down and are very complicated here if both teams finish 11-5 and if both teams finish 10-6. So again, the Cowboys' schedule: Colts, Bucs, Giants. Colts is the toughest game on that schedule. I think they'll win Week 16, win Week 17. Week 15 is where things can get a little bit tricky. Now, the Bears, meanwhile, their schedule's not that tough. The Packers are not good this year. The Niners are among the worst in the NFL. And the Vikings just fired their head coach, or their OC, their OC and John DeFilippo. Now, if you're looking for a game, maybe it's the road game Week 17, maybe it's the Packers this week, probably one of those two. And if the Bears do lose one of those games, here's how the tiebreakers break down. First off, it's head-to-head matchups. Well, that doesn't matter because the Bears and Cowboys haven't played each other. Next is the win-loss and tie percentage in conference games. Now, that will come into play here in one of these scenarios, and we'll break down how. Next up is the win-loss tied in common games, and ESPN is spreading some fake news on this. I'll break that down later on as well. Strength of victory and then strength of schedule, which is tough to calculate because there are a lot of other games that are going to impact that later on this season, which I'll explain as well. Now, before we get to those tiebreaker scenarios for 11-5 and 10-6, what will be the Cowboys' record this year? Will it be 10-6 or 11-5? I think those are the two most likely outcomes. I don't think they're only going to win 9 games. I think it'll be 11 or 10 as we sit right now. Let me know in the comments section, and while you get your prediction in, we'll take a look at how the Cowboys can get the number 3 seed if they finish 10-6. First off, they have to beat the Bucs and the Giants. If they lose to an NFC team, that causes issues in the way the tiebreakers work out. Colts game doesn't matter for the 10-6 scenario as long as the Bears lose 2 games against the Packers, Vikings, and or the 49ers. That puts both teams at 10-6. And then among conference games, the Cowboys are 9-3, the Bears are 8-4, and the Cowboys are your number 3 seed in the NFC. Now, folks, later on this week, we'll have more of our Cowboys fan rumors and our mailbag section. If you want to be featured on that, go subscribe to our Cowboys Report channel at youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. Join the show by subscribing. We bring all of our fan rumors in from there and quite a few of our mailbag questions as well. Again, that's youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. Now we go to the 11-5 is the record for both teams scenario, and this one gets very, very complicated, so bear with me here. First off, obviously, the Cowboys must win out. That's 11-5. The Bears need to lose 1 game. It doesn't really matter which. It depends. It will impact the percentages of how they'll win. I'll break that down as well. But the issue is, if you use, say, the ESPN playoff machine, they're going to give you faulty information. They're wrong. I've done the numbers. The New York Times has done the numbers as well for me. They're wrong. They tell you that the Cowboys would lose based on the common games tiebreaker. The issue is that tiebreaker isn't accurate. The Cowboys and the Bears have played 4 common teams, the minimum to actually qualify for this. The Giants, the Lions, the Bucs, and the Seahawks. Well, guess what? Those matchups have the same record, assuming, of course, the Cowboys beat the Giants and Bucs, which is required anyway for the rest of those scenarios. So we'll go back to that team card now because that's where things get a little bit tricky as it comes to it doesn't apply to the common games tiebreaker. You have to go down to the next one because the conference record didn't apply here either. It ends up coming down to strength of victory and or strength of schedule. And it depends a lot on what else happens and who the Bears actually lose to. Via the New York Times, this is again projecting based on wins and all that. It gets very complicated, so just bear with me on that. If they lose to the Pack, it's an 85% chance the Cowboys get the number 3 seed in this scenario. If it's the Niners, it's a 56% chance, so you don't want to lose that game. If it's the Vikings, it's a 90% chance the Cowboys win the number 3 seed. So don't listen to ESPN here. Their playoff machine is wrong. It's not accurate. They are using the wrong common game formula there. So that is how the Cowboys get the number 3 seed. The Bears need to lose 1 game. Cowboys win out, and the game the Bears lose will impact just how likely the Cowboys are to get that tiebreaker, but strength of victory, strength of schedule, the Cowboys should win it. Now, we're in the holiday season, folks, and I have got the best gift for you guys with the help of our partners over at BetDSI. Go sign up deposit, chatsports.com/bet takes you right to the BetDSI sign-up page, and use promo code Cowboys120 when you sign up and deposit, because it gets you some extra bonus stuff here. A, you're going to get a 120% deposit bonus. Put down $50 and they're going to give you $60. Put down $100, they're going to give you $120. $500 gets you $600 extra bucks, and we'll get you guys a Cowboys jersey or some Cowboys shoes if you use that promo code, and you DM us on Twitter at ChatSports. Again, sign up and deposit with BetDSI at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code is Cowboys120. Then DM us on Twitter at ChatSports. We got shoes and some Dak Prescott, some Zeke Elliott, and some Jalen Smith. Now, these, we have plenty of supply here, but they will go fast. So get in now before we run out at chatsports.com/bet. Then DM us on Twitter at ChatSports once you guys are signed up. Now, we went over the number 3 seed scenarios, and there's a chance that might not be decided until the end of Week 17. So Should the Cowboys rest their starters? It's going to be debated, I think, the next couple of weeks. The Bears winning against the Rams keeps that debate alive. Now, we'll see what happens there. If the Cowboys lose to the Colts, maybe we get that discussion. But despite the injuries, I think it's better for these guys to keep playing. So I'm going to go with no. As long as you can still increase your seeding, do not rest your starters. Because frankly, I would much rather play the Vikings, the Panthers, the Eagles, Redskins, whomever, than the Seahawks right now. I think that's a much better matchup. I would like to have that number 3 seed. Now, I am telling you guys, there is a chance the Cowboys get the number 1 seed in the NFC. Granted, it's roughly a 1% chance, but there's a chance. Here's how the Dallas Cowboys get the number 1 seed. They win out, the Saints lose out, and the Rams lose out. Now remember the initial tiebreakers here. It's head-to-head, which doesn't matter if there's 3 teams. Next is the one-loss tied percentage in games within the conference. Well, here's your conference games tiebreaker. The Cowboys would be 9-3. The Saints and Rams, 8-4 and 7-5. So guess what? If that scenario happens, and the Bears also lose the game, by the way, the Cowboys, yes, the Cowboys, actually get the number 1 seed. Now the issue is, the schedules for the Saints and the Rams don't exactly lend themselves to an undefeated streak, or a losing streak here. The Panthers play the Saints twice. The Saints also play the Steelers. Those are good teams, potential playoff teams. I don't think the Saints are going to lose all 3 games. And for the Rams side of it, I know they're not going to lose all 3 games. They have the Eagles, which could be a tough game if Philadelphia figures out how to play football again. But the Cardinals and Niners are 2 of the worst teams in the NFL. So that's not going to happen. And the Cowboys could continue their winning streak, but I have a tough time seeing the Rams and the Saints going undefeated the rest of the way. Now, the Rams won't. Maybe the Saints would. And if so, could the Cowboys get the number 2 seed? Well, at least for now, folks, I'll tell you guys there's a chance that actually does go down. But first, if you guys like the shirt that I'm wearing, it's a Mizzen and Main shirt. Go get one of your own. Comfortable.af is the site. Trust me, folks, you guys aren't going to find a more comfortable shirt, dress or otherwise, than a Mizzen and Main shirt. As for that number 2 seed, look, it's again, there's a chance either the Cowboys to win out and the Saints lose out, or the Rams to lose out. Maybe the Saints, but even then, I think that's a bit of a long shot there. So I doubt the Cowboys get the number 2 seed. I will be stunned beyond belief if they get the number 1 seed, but hey, I thought they were also out of the playoffs, after the Titans game. So let me know, folks, in the comments section. What seed will the Cowboys have in the playoffs? Number 3, number 4 are your most likely ones. The Bears aren't losing games. I know they just beat the Rams, so I'll go with the 4 seed, but there is a real chance Dallas sneaks in and gets that number 3 seed. All right, folks, we'll see you guys tomorrow for our next Cowboys Report.